Welcome and thank you for taking the time to discover how Joseph Wealth Systems can financially empower your life. Have you ever felt like your life is out of balance? Have you asked yourself the question, are my financial scales tipped off center? Well, in the next few minutes, you will learn how Joseph Wealth Systems is helping many ordinary people move away from the financial imbalance to extraordinary wealth creation. In early 2007, Joseph Wealth Systems formed a strategic alliance with Anglo Far East, a leading gold bullion custodial services company, and acquired from it the licenses and distribution rights to one of the world's foremost privately issued, legally non-confiscatable gold collectible ranges. Joseph Wealth Systems commenced its Phase 1 rollout in October of 2007 with its full global launch in January 2008. Since then, global sales have boomed as people discovered its unique product advantages coupled to JWS's powerful wealth creation system. Independently called the best gold savings program in the world today, JWS is projecting an explosion in its global growth in 2008, which is why many JWS colleagues view this as a once-in-a-lifetime ground floor opportunity. In fact, why is it that many are calling this one of the greatest financial empowerment opportunities in the world today? Well, the answer is simple. We believe that there has never been a better time for what JWS offers. The JWS president, who has had a long and successful background in private estate and asset management, has identified when it comes to finances and wealth that there are three basic types of people. And JWS has been specifically designed around this strategic market knowledge.
From my professional background, I came to the conclusion many years ago that there are these three basic people groups. In fact, for years our officers observed the effect on people's lives as a result. The first group is the financial elite, or is sometimes called the financially empowered. They have it all together. They've got the financial wisdom, the knowledge, the practical experience, the wealth and the financial backing. And importantly, they have the ability to preserve it and to pass it on to their future generations. But you see, these people are rare. They're only the 3%, or what we like to call the financial elite. The second group is what we call there's something missing group. They may have the ambition, they may have the mental knowledge, even sometimes the wisdom, but they lack the financial backing or the business openings to become financially empowered. In fact, at other times they may even have the money, but they lack the wisdom and knowledge to manage it and to grow it and to pass it on to others. This is the 12%. But most importantly is the final group, the financially disempowered. These are the people whose lives are completely financially unbalanced. You and I all know these people that fit into this category. In fact, more than 8 out of every 10 people fit this group. Their financial scales are tipped with the burden of heavy debt, little or no cash flow. They're generally undiversified. They have the wrong assets at the wrong times. And on the other side of the scales, they have no real savings, typically single incomes, and finally, they have no lasting inheritance for their future generations. This group, the financially disempowered, are a financial accident waiting to happen. They're the 85% of all the people in the world today. Importantly, with this in mind, JWS has been specifically designed around providing wealth creation solutions to this 85%. Extraordinary wealth to ordinary people.
A moment ago, we listed the things that are throwing the 85%ers' lives out of balance. Heavy debt, poor cash flow, no real savings, single income streams, and no lasting inheritance for their future generations. JWS has developed 4 simple but specific strategies to address each of these needs by providing real tangible savings, a lasting inheritance to future generations, diversified income streams, and finally, a time-proven method for the compounding of time and effort. One of the things that makes JWS completely unique is the fact that it is built around a savings business model, not a consumption business model. What do we mean when we say JWS is built around a savings business model? Simply, if you think about it, all businesses today are built providing some product or services to the end user who then consumes that product or service. Ultimately, all these products are consumed and used up. This is where JWS is different. JWS is designed to provide its colleagues and customers with real savings in a real tangible form, which can become a lasting inheritance to future generations. How does JWS achieve this?
Since the dawn of time, gold and silver alone have stored the wealth and fruits of past people's labours and passed that wealth down to others. At the same time, gold has also provided stable value and steady purchasing power to its owners over time. At other points in history, this same gold has saved families and individuals from imminent danger, death and even starvation, often serving as the money of last resort. In all cultures, gold has always been highly valued as a lasting product of the earth, making it a true tangible asset. For this reason, gold and silver have always functioned as money for in fact 5,000 years. It's been a stable means of value and a stable means of transaction. All of history shows economic cycles of expansion followed by contraction. These changing economic seasons are as inevitable as the tides of the ocean. During economic change and recession, gold has always acted as a financial protection and insurance. We're living in an age where national currencies are extremely volatile. Devaluations and inflation in nations' money can wipe out people's savings and wealth literally overnight. In fact, it's completely beyond the control of individuals. Gold, on the other hand, provides a permanent protection from these destructive national events. Finally, gold is more valuable today than at any other time in history. People are often surprised to learn that there's in fact less than 1 ounce of gold above the ground per person alive in the world today. Throughout most of history, people from all cultures and religions spanning the four corners of the earth have used gold alone to pass a lasting inheritance to their future generations. Shekels of gold and silver are the world's oldest recorded system of precious metals, weights and measures. In the ancient world, a shekel of gold and silver defined a reliable, sound and stable storehouse of value. Now, over 4,000 years later, golden shekels remain the world's leading form of legally non-confiscatable personal gold ownership as tangible savings, money of last resort, and as a lasting heritage to future generations. So this is where JWS comes in. The key to JWS colleagues' success is the regular, steady and affordable acquisition of real savings in tangible gold in a premium, legally non-confiscatable form.
JWS independent colleagues and customers have exclusive access to the world's only range of golden shekels that fit all the criteria of collectible and legally non-confiscatable. JWS shekels have several distinct advantages over gold savings in other forms. The JWS colleague or customer has outright ownership. By comparison, government-issued bullion coins are always the property of the issuing government. The holder is only ever the bearer, never the owner of that gold coin. JWS shekels, on the other hand, are non-government issued and legally non-confiscatable. JWS collectible shekels are mint fresh and uncirculated and issued with their refiner certificate of fine weight and purity. They have a stipulated weight and purity, ensuring their determined international value. They are issued in small denominations of weight, making them liquid and easily tradable. And finally, they bear an internationally recognized hallmark, attesting to their internationally reputable purity and minting. History is full of examples of governments and rulers confiscating gold from their citizens when times get tough. Most importantly for the colleague and customer, JWS shekels fit the description of religious collectibles, further protecting against government confiscation. By regularly acquiring JWS premium shekels, colleagues and customers are building real savings in tangible assets in the oldest and most reliable form. The JWS business is built around the regular monthly purchase of a JWS shekel, what we call autosave. When a JWS colleague or customer is an autosaver, he or she is building real tangible savings and an inheritance for their future generations. In our next presentation, called the JWS Compound Savings Pay Plan, you will discover how to develop a diversified income stream, compounding your time and effort, what we sometimes call getting paid to save.